Cats are very emotional animals, and in the same way that many people wear their emotions on their sleeves, cats often wear their emotions right there, on those paws. If you've owned a cat for even a relative short period of time, you likely know when your cat is happy and content, and you've probably also seen those not so pleasant times when your cat is a bit angry, even a bit aggressive. But what about the sad times, those anxious and even depressed times? In this content, I'll talk about what could cause your cat to become a bit down emotionally, the signs they could point to unhappiness, and what you can do to restore your cat's mood. I've got you covered. Stay tuned. Before we address the how of the matter and the signs that could point to your cat's sad and sour mood, let's talk about why your cat potentially arrived in this unfortunate emotional space in the first place. Let's start things off with insecurity and uncertainty. The home environment, your home environment, is it friend or foe? If your cat is new to your life and your home, regardless of the backstory, there'll be some growing pains involved naturally. New people, new home, new everything. If your cat is going through an adjustment period and simply lacks the confidence and reassurance that true comfort and security is here to stay, this could lead to a period of sadness and depression. As I mentioned in seemingly almost every video here of late on the channel with respect to the order of publication and production, felines build their hopes and dreams around the desire for safety and security. It's what they want, it's what they need. This is what they're always after, regardless of where they are. If your pet just isn't sure and is carrying that doubt around, anxiety and sadness could become a very common and seemingly perpetual emotion. Another reason for your cat's sadness could involve a health concern. Injury and or illness could be responsible. If your cat has an injury or is feeling unwell, those happy times just won't be there, and your cat could become quite distant and lethargic. Negative health can impact your pet's mood, just in the way that negative health can impact your very own emotional state. The next reason behind the sadness that I'd like to mention involves the departure of an animal companion. Perhaps your cat had a cat friend, a multi-cat household with a bunch of pals. If your cat's friend was removed from the home for another place of living or passed away, that void could sit with your pet for a long while. From personal experience, the three cats that I currently care for have experienced the loss of two other of their cat friends, other cats that used to reside with me. And not to isolate this just to cats, perhaps you had a dog in the home. It could be any pet that your cat was quite close to and enjoyed quite a bit. The absence of the other animals will be felt, if only for a short time. The final reason for emotional stress and sadness that I'll mention today involves the lack of or the perceived lack of essential needs, wants, and desires. If your cat wants more food, more snack treats, more petting sessions, more playtime, you name it, they could enter a state of sadness. Now, in your defense, none of these concerns have to be legitimate. You could be providing your cat everything and more. But some cats, just like some people, especially children, they just want what they want. If your cat is rather sad, there could be some level of disappointment involved due to the fact that your pet just isn't getting what they want when they want it. A bit of internal temper tantrums, let's call them. Now, how do you know if your cat is truly sad? What are some of the signs to look for? Depending on your pet's natural personality, these signs and symptoms could be more difficult to spot compared to the outward shifts in behavior displayed by other felines. Just keep that in mind as you do your own bit of investigating. One of the first signs, and I mentioned it earlier when speaking about injury and illness, and that is lethargy. The energy meter has been turned down. If your cat is sleeping more than usual, no longer interested in favorite activities, not eating as much, not drinking as much, these are all major red flags. Not only flags that could point to your cat's unhappiness, but also something more serious and larger at play for sure. Please take your cat to the vet if you are indeed concerned that a core health reason is responsible for your cat's current emotional state. Another sign of a sad cat, a depressed cat, perhaps an angry cat, is grooming. And this can tip the scale either one of two ways. Aggressive grooming, where large chunks of fur are pulled out, and also not grooming at all. If your cat is just down in the dumps, they'll give up on grooming, leaving themselves unkempt and a bit rough, on the rough side, let's call it. As an owner, be mindful of either extreme, as both are signs of a problem. In addition to angry grooming, general aggression could be a sign that your cat is sad. And here again, every cat will express their emotions in different ways. Sadness doesn't always have to present itself in the stereotypical sad visual. The cat can just refuse to get off the sofa. We sort of know what that looks like, and same for some people, but some cats will get mad over their current emotional state, hissing and clawing and biting. Sadness, just like how it can present itself in us, can take on all forms when it comes to outward behaviors. And finally, the last sign that I'll mention here today that could indicate that your cat is sad is simply a change in overall behavior and the daily routine. If your cat used to do certain things at certain times, but all of that has just stopped, this is important not only to notice, but not to dismiss. Is your cat sleeping in a new spot? Are they unresponsive to mealtime? When you sit on the sofa at night for primetime television, are they in a faraway corner of the home rather than being right there by your side where they usually are? It's easy to stick to the task when the going is good, but just like people, when things aren't joyous, the way you go about your day and daily living can change. The same holds true for cats. Now, as an owner, you know some of the reasons for your cat's sadness perhaps, and now you've got the signs to look for, but how can you change things moving forward? First off, and this is a given, but rule out any health matters. Rule everything out, because this is basic. Let's be honest, if your cat is really dealing with something from a medical standpoint, a few more petting sessions just isn't going to do much. Let's make sure your cat is in good health. That is first and foremost. Beyond that, then by all means, let's have those play sessions and petting sessions, more one-on-one time as a way to provide your pet with mental and physical enrichment. Build up, or in some cases, restore that bond of trust. The more secure your cat feels around you in their own environment, the happier your cat will be in the days to come. It's also important to realize that you have options. Contact your vet not only for any physical health concerns, but also for those mental health concerns. Lean into professional advice. Perhaps a behaviorist in the field can help to bring out the very most of your pet and pull them out of their current sadness and depression. Always remember that being a loving cat owner carries a big responsibility, and it's not always an easy task, and there is much more to the story than simply having security and the essentials met for your cat. It's more than just the physical needs and the physical safety, because without emotional contentment and overall trust, your pet will simply never be comfortable in your home. To the audience of Senior Cat Wellness, how is your cat's mental health? Is it a struggle at times? If you have a story to share and or any positive tips and advice for other cat owners that can be of benefit, please share. What you have to offer could help others, and that's what we're all about here at Senior Cat Wellness. There is strength in numbers and strength in a positive and uplifting community. The comment section, as always, it's all yours. If you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd certainly love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and as always, I will talk to you later.